Have you been told by your teachers or your parents you need a grip on life? Probably. Me too. I don't know about life today, but today's about getting the perfect grip on a cricket ball. Well, what is a perfect grip? I'm going to show you a couple of different grips that I used to have when I was playing cricket, how to bowl the outswinger, the inswinger, etc. And most important, just keep it simple. A grip and cricket in general should be an easy game that's enjoyable. So first and foremost, the grip. Normally, it's the two fingers straight down the seam like this. A lot of people, what they don't want to do is get too far away from the seam position. So get the seam nice and close without being too tight, but just there, and then making sure this thumb here, that's probably the most important. That's going to be the rudder on the boat. If that's off keel, well, that's like that, the ball's going to shake. And as the ball shakes and goes down, what actually happens is you can't get the revolutions on the ball. So straight away, if you get the ball to spin back beautifully, that's where you get your shape. But the grip for me with the outswinger, it was generally two fingers like that, the thumb underneath, and if the ball wasn't swinging, what I would do is just turn the seam a little bit towards first slip. So a right-handed batsman, a Kohli, a Sachin Tendulkar, MS Dhoni, I would just turn the seam a little bit, and then hopefully with my action and the right seam position, bang, the ball would swing away. The other thing to notice too is that don't choke the ball. This finger here, the ring finger on your right finger, if you're right-handed of course, shouldn't be too far across. So not too far back that you don't have any knuckle on the ball, but just resting. So it's taking off all the pressure off the ball. There's no traction on the ball. You're not having any drag, and that will allow you to bowl nice and quick. The in-swinger is almost a mirror image to the outswinger. Get the seam position, obviously you slip the ball over, get the seam position and probably turn it in just towards a leg slip. Not down to deep square or a fine leg, but just tora, a little bit, okay? A little bit like that, and then making sure once again that you don't try to push the ball in. You're not trying to actually do that with the ball. You're trying to get your hand and your wrist behind the ball nicely and snap the ball down. That's the best way to bowl a ball, which then at the seam position will go back. The knuckleball, I always found it tough. I'd never really bowl the knuckleball in a game, and even though I've got big hands, the knuckleball I found was a tough ball to bowl, because a few ways to bowl it. You can bowl the one there with the finger that's pronounced behind the seam. If you see there, that finger that goes, middle finger, goes behind the seam, so it looks like your two fingers are in the seam, but that there's just taking all the pressure off that and the ball comes out a bit slower. So knuckleball, just try some different things in the nets. The nets should be where you can actually learn how to bowl. It doesn't matter if the ball goes over the top of the net, try it. Try ones that your hands are coming down there. So your finger might be behind the ball like that. You make a circle, which is a bit like a baseball ball that you can throw. The slower ball I think is very, very important. The slower ball that I used to use to effect to try to deceive the batsman. Now I had three types of slower balls. The first one would be turning the door open. So the door, the wrist and the ball would all turn down. You're not flicking it down like that, two fingers straight down. You can accentuate that and open it like that, but it's just a twist of the wrist. So the wrist is just getting turned down, a bit like when you open up a door, you turn the doorknob, just like that. The leg cutter slower ball, once again, as it sounds, a big turn like that. I found that was pretty hard to disguise. Most batsmen would pick it up. So a slower ball should, as I mentioned, be all about deceiving the batsman. Same arm speed and making sure that there's not too many things that they can pick up in order to change their shot. But my most effective slower ball was the one where I used to push back in the back of the hand. Now I use this against the Kiwis and got Brendan McCullum, sorry Baz, about 3 times in a row by using this slower ball. So that's where I normally hold the ball, around about there, that much gap. This one here will be squeezed right back, still fitting down there with the fingers I should say, still sitting back there with the fingers over the seam, but it's what they call choking the ball. So you choke the ball as hard as you can, and as you come over, lift up the two fingers, the seam position still comes out the front. However, I must disclose, I was using this against Sri Lanka. Kaise Kare which I played with him up at Kings 11 back then in the day. I think I must have shown him, so he had worked out, I couldn't work out why I couldn't get any Sri Lankan batsmen out with the slow ball. So what they told each other, watch his hands, so as soon as the batsman put his head down, that's when I'd squeeze it. So I'd be there waiting, head down, squeeze it. All right, his head's back up, nothing's happened, right? But the non-striker, Kaise Kare was watching, and all he did as I was running in the bowl, tap his thigh pad, meant slow ball. Sanger, thanks for spoiling it.